Becoming a parent is described as life's most joyful and fulfilling experiences, but it is also one of the most challenging. And many people imagine adorable baby photos, tiny outfits, sweet bonding moments, but few understand how much responsibility really goes into a child and how much it requires. But few understand that that can easily be overcame and be prepared for by owning a pet. Picture a couple who prepares for their first baby by buying everything on their checklist: cribs, diapers, strollers, and feeling confident that they're ready. Yet within the first week, they find themselves very overwhelmed by sleepless nights, constant crying, sudden life changes. Now imagine another couple who has spent years raising a pet together. They've already learned how to manage feeding, schedules, vet appointments, training challenges, unexpected messes, because pets and children can be very messy. And most of all, emotional patience. When they finally become parents, their experiencing for carrying a pet makes the transition much smoother. This is why people should consider having a pet, and that's why I recommend it before having children. Pets provide a very realistic process in responsibility, empathy, emotional regulation, and financial readiness. Now, many parents feel unprepared when bringing a baby home, like anyone would, and research supports this. The University of Michigan's health system reports that a majority of new parents, about 75%, say that they underestimated about how much work goes into raising a child, which is also in the Parenting of America. This contributes to the lack of preparedness, which also contributes into stress, exhaustion, and conflict during the first year of parenthood, because it's never going to be easy. Because many people have never cared for another living being, let alone a child or a pet, they enter parenthood with limited experiences and unrealistic expectations. One major cause of this problem is the romanticized image of parenting, which is promoted online. Social media highlights cute baby photos and happy family moments, but not all the challenging frustrations and lifestyle sacrifices that it takes to have a child. Another cause is that many adults lack hands-on experience with consistency in caregiving responsibilities. Without experiencing feeding, training, disciplining, managing the needs of another dependent, people often struggle without the abrupt shift required when a baby arrives. Parenting is not something people can simply try out, and the lack of patience becomes a very serious subject and obstacle. While, on the other hand, having a pet before a child serves as valuable preparation. Although it is not a child, pets require daily routines, structure, care that minor aspects of raising a child may entail. According to the Animal Human Bonding Society Institute, more than 70% of pet owners say that caring for a pet provides the emotional well-being, and these skills directly transfer into parenting, where staying calm, organized, emotionally steady is essential. Pets also help people develop greater empathy and natural nurturing instincts that would help with a child, because not only are you also raising a pet, but you're also raising a child. A study published in Psychology and Health found that interacting with one's pet significantly reduces distress and regulates emotions. Critical skills for managing the demands of a young child correlates to the demands of a pet. Although it is a pet and not a child, the act and the service of it strongly helps in raising a child. And not only that, caring for a pet also teaches financial responsibility. The American Society for Prevention to Cruelty of Animals estimates that pet care can cost from $1,000 to $3,000 annually, depending on the animal. These expenses teach future parents how to budget for food, medical needs, emergencies, and long-term care. These are the same financial skills required when raising a child. In addition, raising a pet helps learn to cooperate as a team. And teamwork is a very important responsibility when it comes to raising a child because you are two parents coming together to bring life into this world. Same if you are raising a pet. The Human Animal Bonding Research Institute notes that pets strengthen those social bonds and support healthy relationship and communication. Strong communication between parents is a foundational success for co-parenting. To understand the differences this experience makes, imagine two futures. In one future, a couple becomes parents without ever having cared for another living being. This demands the parents, when they have a child, to come as a shock. And they feel overwhelmed, they argue more often, and struggle to adjust. In the other future, on the second hand, a couple who has raised a pet together has already practiced all of those skills, and when a child arrives, they enter parenthood with the confidence and skill that comes from real caregiving experiences. Now, their parenting journey is far smoother and far less problematic. Having a pet isn't just fun, it's also preparation for these real life experiences. It teaches responsibility, patience, emotional management, time management, and most of all, financial planning. And on top of that, you can go ahead and throw on empathy. But these are the main qualities that make someone capable and a confident parent. For all these reasons, people should seriously consider raising a pet before ever having children. It provides experiences, builds emotional skills, and prepares future parents for a lifetime responsibility of raising a child. And who wouldn't want the best future for their child? Because I know that I would. And I would like to thank the ASBCA for contributing to this speech, the ABRI Foundation, the Jones and Amy article, The Influence and Interactions of Pet Care and Health, and the University of Michigan Health System. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you consider my discussion.